Yesterday, Mr. Mufareh came out and did a corporate webinar for the founding members of ONPASSIVE, those individuals participating with ONPASSIVE. And if you blinked, you missed it. Yesterday, Mr. Mufareh talked about a lot of things. Some of the things I can't talk about on this video because they were proprietary. But I do want to come out and talk about a couple of things and really bring clarity to what I heard and what ONPASSIVE expects of me and to the founding members of ONPASSIVE. Ash Mufareh came out and he introduced a lady, Dr. Soho. And Dr. Soho is an individual that is going to be giving all the founding members guidance as we move forward. And as I listened to Mr. Mufareh and Dr. Soho talk about what they expect from the founding members, it made a lot of sense to me. And what they want to do is unite everything in ONPASSIVE, including the founding members. They want us on the same page. They want us all moving in the same direction at the same time. And really that's what they were conveying to me and to the founding members. Now, as I listened to Ash and Dr. Soho, they talked about language and the language of ONPASSIVE. And they talked about what we could say, what we couldn't say, how they wanted us to talk about ONPASSIVE as it is today. And as I think about ONPASSIVE, the way we talked about ONPASSIVE 3 years ago or 2 years ago or 1 year ago, it's just not appropriate for today because ONPASSIVE is so much bigger than what we talked about. And Ash Mufareh and Dr. Soho want us all on the same page talking about ONPASSIVE in the same manner. Obviously, we're different people. We talk a little differently, but they want the gist of it to be the same going out to the public, really going out to everybody in the world. And it all has to do with language. I did a video probably a year and a half ago about the language of ONPASSIVE, and it was appropriate then, and it's even more appropriate today. You have to use the proper language in ONPASSIVE to stay in that place where the regulators want us to be and to show the vision of ONPASSIVE. As Dr. Soho talked to us, she talked about language and how important it is. And it really is. If you don't use the right language, you're not going to portray the vision of ONPASSIVE. And the vision of ONPASSIVE, it has evolved. It has changed from 3 years ago to today. It is a different dog altogether. It is absolutely massive. And the language we used 3 years ago, it's just not appropriate. It's so much bigger. It's so much more revolutionary. It's going to do so much more in the world. The language had to change. Now, as I listened to Ash and I listened to Dr. Soho, I wasn't quite sure how to take it because I have done a lot of videos over the last 3.5 years. And I understood listening to them that the majority of that content had to come down because the language was wrong. It just wasn't appropriate what I said 3 years ago as to what it is today. And I knew they had to come down. And I was a little apprehensive at first, but then I thought about it a little bit. And I thought about what Marty DeGarmo, Dan Street, and myself had been doing over the last 3 months. We have been modifying everything that we say about ONPASSIVE because ONPASSIVE has changed so much, because ONPASSIVE has gotten so much bigger, because ONPASSIVE is just, it's just absolutely massive today. And the language that I used 3.5 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, just wasn't appropriate. So I thought about it, what Marty, Dan, and I are doing, and I said, well, this isn't a big deal. The videos I made, we're not going to use them. They're outdated. Why would you use that? We're already creating new content for the new ONPASSIVE. And when I say new ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE has just evolved over the last 3.5 years. It is just different today. It is so much better today than it was 3.5 years ago. Why would I use that same language? So it was an easy thing for my mind to wrap around, and I got rid of probably 95% of the videos I've done in YouTube. Now, initially it was a little hard to do because it was a lot of work. There was a lot of work involved in making all those videos. And I had people come up and say, you did what? You got rid of how many videos? And their response was, well, what's that going to do to your YouTube channel? What's that going to do for your branding? What's that going to do for you monetizing your business? And I thought about it. And I said, you know, I don't care. I don't care about YouTube. I don't care about my branding. I don't care about monetizing in that particular way. None of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is ONPASSIVE and doing what's necessary to move the ball forward on ONPASSIVE and get to that place where we all want to be. Product launch to the global market. Now, Mr. Mufareh and Dr. Soha, they talked about the corporate structure of ONPASSIVE. They had to put the reins back in the corporate structure of ONPASSIVE and give us guidance. Dr. Soha is going to do that. But they also talked about the corporate structure as far as where they're going, and they are moving at breakneck speed. There is no problem with the corporate side of ONPASSIVE, okay? The problems that they have are on the founding side, the founding members of ONPASSIVE that aren't using the right language and doing things they shouldn't do. That's why Dr. Soho is coming on, giving us guidance and telling us the things that we can do, where we can move, and how we express ONPASSIVE to the world. That's a really, really good thing. But here's what really good thing. Here's what's going to happen. As we move forward today, if you have content out there that isn't appropriate for ONPASSIVE, take it down. You've already seen what I've done. And most of that content that I did, it was pretty good content. It just wasn't appropriate. Take it down. If you do not take it down, if you continue to make problems for corporate, and corporate has to go back instead of forward to take care of founder problems, there will be consequences. That's all I'm going to say about that. There will be consequences. You can figure out what those consequences are going to be yourself. So if you have stuff out there that shouldn't be there, just take it down. Start taking the guidance from Dr. Soho. She's going to be giving tons and tons of guidance very, very quickly in the next days, weeks, and months. She is really, really good. Just follow her guidance, really. She will lead you in the right direction. She will never put you in a place that isn't better than where you were. She's just that good. She really, really is terrific. So that's kind of what I heard on the webinar yesterday. It was all good. It was epic. The things I can't talk about are just out of this world. They are so cool. If you're a founder, go back and take a look at it. Read the review, watch the video. You'll hear, you're going to get excited about where we are and where we're going. And that's what I'll end with. Dr. Soho ended her little time on the webinar, and she said, listen. She's giving us guidance, guys. She's going to come out with something very, very quickly, very, very soon, and it'll rock your boat. What does ONPASSIVE do? ONPASSIVE, it changes lives, and your life is about ready to change very, very soon. So as I think about what's happening, just stay engaged. Do not blink or you're going to miss it. As Ash comes out, as Dr. Soho comes out and gives us information, I'll come on and do more videos. And you'll be able to see those videos. Going down below, subscribe as we put more videos up, more content up. If you subscribe, click the bell on the right. You'll get notifications as we put that content up. We're in a really, really special place right now. Ash's webinar yesterday, it's probably one of the best webinars he's done. It really was epic in every way, and I'm really excited about what Dr. Soho is going to be sharing with us in the next couple of days and what's going to be coming at us in the next days and weeks to come. We're just in a great place right now. If you haven't subscribed, go down there and subscribe, and then just get ready. Your days, your weeks, your months, I believe in my heart, they're just going to get better. Life is going to get better. And it's going to get more exciting. Why? Because it's ONPASSIVE, because ONPASSIVE is never stagnant. It's always changing. It's always getting better. And because of that, we're getting better. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week. I hope this helps a little bit. Get rid of some of that spinning in some of the founders' mind. We're in a good place. You're in a good place. And moving forward, just going to be good. Take care, and we'll absolutely see you on the inside. Bye.